Okay, so for this module and for this unit, you're actually reading two chapters in the Down to Earth Sociology. The first one, which is a general invitation to sociology, and the second one attempts to explain the disciplinary differences between sociology, psychology, biology, and other social sciences. So in this module, while I want to go over some of the readings, I want to offer a little more background information into sociology as a discipline and why it's important and offers particular interesting lens into our social world, right? So I spoke a little bit about in the first module about sociology being a science which kind of understands the individual within this larger social context, right? And that being really important because it offers us a window to see beyond particular individual actions, right? So this idea in Western world that we have a free will and this free will shapes our every action, that it's really up to the individual to do what he or she pleases, has really framed the way we understand social life. So for example, in the United States, we have this very kind of rugged individualist mentality that goes back to the country's foundations. So what sociology attempts to do is to understand this individual will, and not to say that there isn't an individual will, right? That's not what sociology is arguing against, but it's saying is how can we understand this individual will and choice within these larger social processes, so that the larger social processes are not kind of binding the individual and forcing them to commit certain actions, but are really influencing the types of decisions and choices that that person is making. So for sociology, understanding what we're going to see in Unit 2 as the personal troubles versus the public issues are really crucial to understanding our place within society. And when we look at the birth of sociology, this becomes even more evident, right? Sociology as a discipline is really becoming more popularized in the early 20th century, but really the late 19th century with writers like Durkheim, Max Weber, and if one were to count also Karl Marx as a philosopher, right? And sociology becomes this lens at a time of increased industrialization, right? The late 19th century is experiencing in Western Europe the Industrial Revolution, where there's mechanization, there is machinery is kind of replacing the workforce. People are doing really dull assembly line production. And in Western Europe and the United States, there is extreme levels of wealth and extreme poverty, right? You have kind of revolutions that are displacing the clergy and the kings, and workers are kind of understanding their own place within society. So amidst all of this social change, you have theorists that are trying to grapple with how we understand ourselves within all of these larger social processes. So this is why this module will give you really good insights into the questions that sociology asks and how they are different from biology, psychology, and other disciplines, right?
Thank you.
So thank you.